නෑ නේද?
දැම්ම.
දාලාද?
එහෙමයි.
ඉතින් වෙනදට වැඩිය රතු බින්දෝ කුඩයි.
ඒ නවතිලා තියෙනකොට මේ ලොකු. දානකොට පොඩි නවතිනකොට ලොකුයි.
හැබැයි
එහෙමයි.
Ariya.
බෙල්ලරි දෙනවා මම.
ඒකයි.
Oh, jag som säger att split det var inte något.
මේ බෝඩ් එකේ ඒව කරන්නත් බෑ.
බෝඩ් එක ඉස්සරහින් තියන්න.
ලයිට් එක දැම්මු.
ලයිට් නෑ. මම හිතා අතන එක දාලා තියෙනවා.
ලයිට් නැද්ද? ලයිට් කපලාද? හරි තමයි. හොඳයි කියන්නේ. හරි. ලයිට් කපලා. මේ අංගුත්තර නිකයි. හම්බුණාද? එහෙනම් කියන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි.
දෙවනි සූත්‍ර විතරක් කිව්වොත් හරිනේ.
ඔව් දෙවැනි එක කිව්වා මාගේ පළවෙනි එක ටිකයි.
So these are two suttas. One of them is like a summary and the second one gives all the explanations. So I will read only the second one. It's sutta number 20 in Anguttara Nikaya, Book of the Tens, and it's called the Abodes of the Noble Ones. Once again, Anguttara, the Book of Tens, number 20. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling among the Kurus near the Kuru town named Kammasadhamma. There the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus and so on. And then the Blessed One said this: Bhikkhus, there are these 10 abodes of the noble ones, in which the noble ones abide in the past, present, or future. What 10? Here a bhikkhu has abandoned five factors. That's first one. Number 2. Possesses 6 factors is number 2. Has a single guard is number 3. And 4 supports is number 4. Has dispelled personal truths, number 5. Totally renounced seeking is number 6. Purified his intentions, number 7. Tranquilized bodily activity number 8. Become well liberated in mind is number 9, and well liberated by wisdom is number 10. And how has a bhikkhu abandoned 5 factors? Here a bhikkhu has abandoned sensual desire, ill will, dullness and drowsiness, restlessness and remorse, and doubt. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has abandoned 5 factors. Number 2. And how does a bhikkhu possess 6 factors? Here, having seen a form with the eye, bhikkhu is neither joyful nor saddened, but dwells equanimous, mindful and clearly comprehending. Having heard a sound with ear, having smelt an odor with the nose, having experienced a taste with the tongue, having felt a tactile object with the body, having cognized a mental phenomenon with the mind, a bhikkhu is neither joyful nor saddened, but dwells equanimous, mindful and clearly comprehending. It is in this way that a bhikkhu possesses 6 factors. Number 3. And how does a bhikkhu have a single guard? Here a bhikkhu possesses a mind guarded by mindfulness. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has a single guard. Number 4. And how does a bhikkhu have 4 supports? Here, having reflected, a bhikkhu uses some things patiently, endures other things, avoids still other things, and dispels still other things. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has 4 supports. Number 5. How has a bhikkhu dispelled personal truths? Here, whatever ordinary personal truths may be held by ordinary ascetic and Brahmins, that is, the world is eternal, or the world is not eternal. The world is finite, or the world is infinite. The soul and the body are the same, or the soul is one and one thing and the body another. The Tathagata exists after death, or the Tathagata does not exist after death, or the Tathagata both exists and does not exist after death, or the Tathagata neither exists nor does not exist after death. A bhikkhu has discarded and dispelled them, given them up, rejected them, let go of them, abandoned them, and relinquished them. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has dispelled personal truths. Number 6. And how has a bhikkhu totally renounced seeking? Here a bhikkhu has abandoned the search for sensual pleasures and the search for existence, and has allayed the search for a spiritual life. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has totally renounced seeking. Number 7. And how has a bhikkhu purified his intentions? Here a bhikkhu has abandoned sensual intentions, intentions of ill will, and intentions of harming. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has purified intentions. And how has, number 8, how has a bhikkhu tranquilized bodily activity? Here, with the abandoning of pleasure and pain, and with the previous passing away of joy and dejection, a bhikkhu enters and dwells in the 4th jhana, neither painful nor pleasant, which has purification of mindfulness by equanimity. It is in this way that a bhikkhu has tranquilized bodily activity. And how is a bhikkhu well liberated in mind? Here a bhikkhu's mind is liberated from lust, hatred, and delusion. It is in this way that a bhikkhu is well liberated in mind. And number 10, and how is a bhikkhu well liberated by wisdom? Here a bhikkhu understands, I have abandoned lust, cut it off at the root, made it like a palm stump, obliterated it so that it is no more subject to future arising. I have abandoned hatred, I have abandoned delusion, cut it off at the root, made it like a palm stump, obliterated it so that it is no more subject to future arising. It is in this way that a bhikkhu is well liberated by wisdom. Bhikkhus, whatever noble ones in the past abided in noble abodes, all abided in these same 10 noble abodes. Whatever noble ones in the future will abide in noble abodes, all will abide in these same 10 noble abodes. Whatever noble ones at present abide in noble abodes, all abide in these same 10 noble abodes. These are the 10 abodes of the noble ones, in which the noble ones abide in the past, present, or future. But so for the group here is probably really not going to be very helpful, but anyway, Lokam is going to explain. Now the word Aryavasa means, as it's translated, abodes or dwellings of the noble ones. So Ariya or the noble ones here means people with the Nibbana realization, starting with Sotapanna. So we have stream enterers, once returners, non-returners, or Arahats. So those are the noble ones that are mentioned here. So Lokam says actually this sutta is there not even for the first two of them. It is really meant, or kind of, yeah, let's say meant for the non-returner and arahat. So because of that, I said it might be not so helpful or useful for the people here. Huh? But Lokam says it can be really quite useful for monks.
පංචංග විප්පහීන කියන්නේ පංච නීවරණය ප්‍රහීන කරලා දාන.
බන්තේ මට අර මෙහෙ විප්පහීන සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පහීන තියෙනවා ඒක වෙනස
විප්පහීන කියන්නේ සම්පූර්ණ කියන්නේ.
හරියට. So the first one here is translated as abandoning of 5 factors, but the abandoning in the Pali normally is word pahina, but here it's vippahina. So I asked Lokko Hamdu, why is here like longer word? And Lokko Hamdu said because it signifies like complete abandonment.
Oh, then සාමාන්‍ය පහීන කියන්නේ
So sometimes the word pahina, that kind of the shorter version that is quite often mentioned, is also used for temporary suppression or temporary abandonment. Where he said temporary, it might mean 1 or 2 years. So ara vippahina. So this vippahina means is they are abandoned and they never arise again. So they are like completely abandoned, so that means they are not ever going to arise. So what are the 5 things that are abandoned and never arise again? That is the sensual desire, ill will, dullness, and dullness and stupor. Yeah, I think he calls it that one. Drowsiness, dullness and drowsiness, restlessness and worry and doubt. So there are some monks, forest monks, they normally live in forest monasteries, but when they come here and you tell them something small, they immediately get upset or angry. So in their case, when they were staying in the forest, these things they were suppressed. But if they come here, the suppression is kind of finished and they are unable to stay here. If they go to the dining hall, they get angry. Whatever, there are these different objects they meet with that they get in conflict with. So actually many people that come to meditate, their minds have tendency to get in conflict with different objects quite a lot, and they like not being in conflict with objects. So when they are meditating or somewhere like aside, this is getting suppressed. So in the case of these monks, same thing happens in the forest. The objects that they might be getting, like the conflict that is normally happening if they are in the normal society, is not happening there and is like temporarily suppressed. This kind of quality of mind that is getting in conflict.
පංච නීවරණයන්නේ චලංග සමන්නාගත ගැන ඇහැ කන නාසය ඒවා රූප ශබ්ද ගන්ධ රස ස්පර්ශ පොට්ටබ්බ ධම්මනේ.
Hmm.
ඒවැ මේ රූපාරාමණයක් ඇහෙන් දැකලා
Oh.
කලබල වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
So the next factor is about the sense doors. So whether it's the sights coming through the eye, sounds through the ear, and so on, up to the like thoughts through coming from the mind. So Loka says if we consider the eye and seeing, so this noble one does not get agitated because of object, or does not have like strong reaction because of something that he or she sees.
නම් කනෙන් සද්දයක් අහලා ඒකට කලබල වෙන්නේ.
Or yeah, agitated. So like, or if you hear something, you don't get agitated.
නාසයටත් එහෙමයි.
Likewise with the nose.
ජනිත ගන්ධ රස ස්පර්ශ දෙකම එකයි.
Manot, you know.
ඔව් මනසත්.
So whether it's like sights, sounds, odors, tastes, tactiles, or thoughts, the noble ones, they don't get agitated.
මනසෙන් විතක් කරගෙනත් ඒ වගේ. මේ ආරම්මනේ තේරගේම උපේක්ඛාව තියෙනවා.
Panting me upekkawa nikan balin upekkawa gattොත්
නෑ බලෙන් උපේක්ඛාව නෙමෙයි. මම පීඨ උපේක්ඛාව.
ඒක කොහොමද තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ?
අරකින්
ඔව්
දැන් මේකෙන් තලංග සමන්නාගතා
ඔව්
ඒකේ තුටිය පාටින් තියෙනවා.
ඔව්
ඒ තුටිය ඒකේ මේ දැනනාත රූපෙන් දිගට බයක් ඒ. ආදයට බය තියෙනවා යාර. නැති කෙනෙක් මට එහෙම නැහැ.
ඒකයි උපේ. ඒ කියන්න පුළුවන් අර ඉස්සර පහ නිසා හිත නැති නිසා අර හිත අර උපේක්ඛාවෙන් එක ගන්න.
නිකම්ම උපේක්ඛාට වැඩි.
So here now I ask how should we understand the equanimity, because some people might try to like be equanimous about those things. So Loka says no, like with the sights, a person without, that is not a noble one, has naturally kind of fear for some objects, but these noble ones, they don't have the fear in the mind. So, or I ask if we can say like because of the previous one, that the hindrances are not there really, that then the like agitation does not happen because the mind lacks the kind of ability to get agitated, and that's why it is taken as equanimous.
දැන් තියෙනවානේ. ඔය එකයි. දැන් ඒක රක්කා. සතියෙන් යුක්තවම වෙන්නේ. ඒක රක්කා කියන්නේ සතියමයි තියෙන. දැන් රාතන් වහන්සේට සතිය තියෙන. සතියෙන් පිට නෑ මොනවාක්වත්.
So the number 3 is a guard. So the guard is sati, or so-called mindfulness. So like even for the arahat, Lokam says actually for an arahat, there is nothing that happens really outside of sati. Also they don't have to like exert and tire themselves out when they try to produce sati. So these things, they are mentioned in this order because in a way they are almost like causes and effects. So because of the 5 hindrances not being there, the objects coming through the senses cannot agitate the mind, and that means the mind is almost automatically in a level of sati, or a level where the sati is there. ඊළඟේව හතර නිකන් සප්පෝට් එකක්.
අර අනිත් තුනම චතුරාප තේවන කියන්නේ
ඒක අර සබ්බාසව සුත්තේ කොටසරද?
ඒක එකක් සේවනය කරනවා. මෙතන හතර.
ඔව්.
එකක් එතකොට ඒක අදිවාසන ඉවදනවා.
ඒක පළමුවෙනි අන්තිමවෙනි අර සංවරයක හැර ඔක්කොම සබ්බාසව සුත්තේ තිබිච්ච ඒවාද?
තියෙනවා. සේවනය, අදිවාසනාව, දුරලනවා, හැරලනවා, දුරලනවා. පරිවර්ජන.
So there are these four things. These four things they are mentioned also in Sabbasava Sutta. So you have the wise usage, then enduring, avoiding, and removing. So those are the four supports that you have. And එහෙම අර බන්තේ සබ්බාසව සුත්තේ වගේ අර දැන් අර පෙලක් ඒව තමයි ඉවසන්න ඕනේ. පෙලක් ඒව මේ විදිහින්ද නේ? So as is, because this sutta just lists them out, so in the Sabbasava Sutta there is more explanation. And but this sutta itself mentions that some things that need to be endured should be endured. Some things that should be like wisely used, should be wisely used. So like there are these four supports have specific areas where these supports are applied. So again it's the using or wise using, then enduring or like applying patience, then avoiding, and the last one is removing. So one needs also to train in those things. Train oneself in being skillful at using those. So now for us it's there to train those things. For the Arahat it's like his natural state of being. Oh, Rahatan Wahansate kochchar sepaine. ඊළඟේව අර ලෝකය අන්තයි අනන්තයි කතාව තියෙනවා.
මේකෙන් එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් බමුණෝ කියන ලෝකයේ අන්තයි සාස්වතයි කියනවා නෑ කික ඒකක් නෑ. සත්‍ය බැලලා මම පත්‍රිකත් දැන් ලෝකයේ අතදැක්කා උන්දිගයි අත ඒ වගේ නෑ ලෝකයේ තියෙන එකද නැති එකද ඒ ප්‍රාණ නෑ මොනවාක් ලෝකයේ ගැන ප්‍රාණයක් නෑ.
So anyway, these different like philosophical questions that were available those days, and some of them even now, they are removed from the noble ones.
Then කාම ව්‍යාපාද කාමේදනා ව්‍යාපාදේදනා බ්‍රහ්මචර්යේදනා ඒව නෑ පහේනයි.
ඒක අර තුන්වෙනි ඒවා ටිකක් මට එච්චර
මේකද බ්‍රහ්මචර්යේදනා
පරියේෂණ අර බ්‍රහ්මචර්ය පරියේෂණ කතාව.
බ්‍රහ්මචර්ය පරියේෂණ බ්‍රහ්මචර්ය කියන්නේ බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ ආරේෂ්ඨාංග මාර්ගයේ බ්‍රහ්මචර්ය කියන්නේ. ඉතින් ආදියටම බ්‍රහ්ම ඒකේ දිට්ඨි සංකප්ප වාචා කම්මන්ත
පටිපස්සද්දී
ඒකෙන්ම තමයි සම්පූර්ණ මේ තැන්පත් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. මුක්ති ඥාන දර්ශන.
So this number 6 is complete renouncing of seeking. So the seeking first two are the and search for sensuality and search for existence. They are abandoned completely. But then the search for the holy life is kind of tranquilized or something like that. So I asked what is meant by that. So here the holy life, Lokamses, is actually another word used for the Eightfold Noble Path or the Buddha's teaching system. And the way I understood what Lokam said was that this alignment or like tranquilization means it has been completely internalized. So then there is, I don't know if it makes sense for you. Like you don't need to seek it because it has become your second nature, basically.
Kama vyapada vinita. Etama sankappa vinita.
So then the next one is about purified intentions, and that is the normal definition of the right, like a right intention, that is completely avoiding the intention of sensual desire and ill will and harming. So this basically means such a one is always within the right thought or right intention. So the next one, number 8, is tranquilized bodily activity. Oh. ඒ කියන්න චතුත ඥානට යන්න කැමති නම් ඒක පුළුවන්ද? So Lokam says now
චතුත ඥානය අංග වලින් තමයි ජීවත්
ඒක හොඳ හරි හොඳ ඒවා පෙළ කය කියනවා අර කාය පස්සද්ධි කතාවනේ කාය සංකාර මේ වගේ හැබැයි මෙහෙ වහමුද්ද කියන අර කාය සංකාර තමයි හතරවෙනි ඥාන තමයි මත. So anyway, so Lokam said this tranquilization of bodily activity or something like that. Yeah. Tranquilized bodily activity, the Buddha explains really as the fourth jhana. So the Lokam says now, of course, you cannot stay in the jhana itself all the time, but the mind level, the factors that are there around the jhana are there. So I ask Lokam if such a one wants to enter the fourth jhana. So then, if it's possible, so Lokam says yes. It's basically anytime he wants to enter the jhana itself, such a one can enter the jhana at will, basically because his mind level is always ekyanara upachara mattam deda. හැබැයි දැන් අපි කාම ලෝකේ ඉන්නේ එහෙම නිසා අර චතුත්ථ ඥාන උපචාරයෙන් නිතරම ඉන්නවාද?
අපිද?
නෑ අර ඒවා. So I asked, does it mean that this arahat basically his normal mode of being is like being at the level of the excess concentration to the fourth jhana? I said, Lokam says yes, that's the case. Oh, then Cheto Vimukti. So well liberated. So that well liberated means liberated from lust or attachment, anger or hatred, and delusion. Here we should know that being liberated from these three things and having abandoned those three things are two different things. නෑ මෙහෙ තියෙනවා සුවිමුක්ත. හරියට මිදුණු වෙලා.
ඔව්. එච්චරනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අනාගාමී පුද්ගලයන්.
So that Lokam, so Lokam says this is basically means this is rahat කියන්න.
අර පහිනයි. අතන පහිනනේ මෙතන ප්‍රහීනයි.
කොහෙද?
අතනදී දැන් රෝඩ් එක කිව්වන්න.
ඔව්.
මොකද්ද?
විප්පහීන.
විප්පහීන කියන්නේ.
ඔව්.
පංචංග විප්පහීන. ඒක නිර්වාණ පංච නිර්වාණය පහීන.
ඔව්.
ඒකට දැන් මෙතන කියන දැන් රාග දේශ මොහය සම්පූර්ණයෙන් එන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ඒක නිසා
Oh.
අර උදේකට සම්බන්ධයි මේක.
So these two are kind of connected, the number 1 and number 9. Probably what is meant that this ara navamane tamai rahat
ඔව්
wahan.
රාතන්.
So like it's like the number 1 is basically signifying an anagami, and this last one is signifying an arahat or something like that.
එයා ඉතින් ඇත්තම නැහැ.
Mm.
ඉතින් මේ රාතන් වහන්සේගේ
Mm.
මේ කරුණු 10යි.
Hmm.
1 2 3 4 5 7 8
Actually, in an arahat, all 10 things are there like perfectly completely. So
අරියවාද.
the haveni are prajnavi එක කතාව.
ඕ රාග දේශ මොහය
ක්ෂය.
ඉවර කරලා මොකක් කරන්නේ?
So or you can say there is like because Lokahamdu did not specify, so that was my guess with the difference between arahat and anagami. So but it might be the difference between the number 9 and number 10. So something like that.
මෙදිලා.
Hmm.
එයාට මෙදිත් එක්කෙනයි ප්‍රේම එක්කෙනයි දැන් හොඳටම නැහැ වෙනේද?
Hmm.
අනාගාමී එක්කෙනයි.
Hmm.
මොකෙන් හරි මේ දැන් මොකක් හරි ප්‍රඥාවක් ඇති වුණා කියන්නේ
Hmm.
ඉතින් දැන් මේ ප්‍රේම නැති නිසා එයාට උත්තර දෙන්න ඒවටම යන්න පුළුවන්.
Eh?
උත්තර දෙන්න කියන්න
Oh.
යන්න පුළුවන්.
Matterena.
දැන් කියන්නකො කෙනෙකුට මේ කෙලෙස් ඇත්තගත්ත රණ්ඩුවක් මොකක් හරි වුණා කියන්නේ
Hmm.
අනාගාමී එක්කෙනා කියන්න යන්න පුළුවන් එක හරි ගැස්සලා දෙන්න යන්න.
Hmm.
අද එහෙම නැහැ. එයාට ඒක කියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ප්‍රේමයිනේ. ඒක හදන්න යන්නේ.
Mattama ටීවනේ.
දැන් විනීත දැන් රාතන් වහන්සේ කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා අපි හිතමු.
So let's say there is an arahat.
දැන් රාත් නැති අය දෙන්නෙක් අතර රණ්ඩුවක් වුණා කියලා.
And there are other people that are not arahats, and they have gotten into an argument.
ඔය ආගුවෙන්මන්ට් එක හදන්න යන්නේ.
So then the arahat does not go to sort out the argument.
ඒගොල්ලන්ටම කෙලෙස් වැටෙලා එන්න ආරිනවා.
Eh?
ඒගොල්ලන්ටම
Oh.
කෙලෙස් වැටෙලා
Oh.
එන්න ආරිනවා.
Kauda.
දැන් රාතන් වහන්සේ.
Eh?
දැන් ඔන්න දැන් රණ්ඩුනා නේද?
ඔව්.
රණ්ඩුනා මේ ඒකට කිසි අවවාදයක් අනුරාධනාව රාතන් වහන්සේ කරන්නේ නැහැ.
Oh.
ඒ දෙන්නම මේ සංවර වෙලා
Oh.
එනවා රාතන් වහන්සේ හම්බෙන්න.
Hari. So if I understood correctly, the arahat does not go to give them advice or sort their argument, but if those two get kind of calm down a little bit and come to ask the arahat how to sort out their argument, then he can give them advice, but he does not go actively to
මේ කාලේ නම් බෑ.
Hmm.
මේ කාලේ නෙමෙයි.
Hmm.
අනාගාමී එක්කෙනා ඉන්නවනේ.
Oh.
දැන් අනාගාමී එක්කෙනා ඒ යනවා ඒක නිකන් ඒක මේ වගේ සවුන්ඩුව
Hmm.
දැන් දෙන්න සාන්ඩු වෙන්න පොඩි ආගියුවේ ගන්න ඒක සාන්තියෙන් දවන්න යනවා.
But an anagami might go to try to like calm them down.
ඔව්. ඒක තමයි ඒක ස්වභාවික තත්ත්වය නේද?
So Lokam says that is the nature of these things.
දැන් ඉතින් මේක ඕගොල්ලන්ට වැඩක් නැහැ කියන්නේ.
Hmm.
නමුත් චුට්ටක් හරි ඉගෙන ගන්න එක හොඳයි.
So it's kind of useless for you, but anyway, it's good to learn these things a little bit.
ඒවල ටිකක් මේ අපි දන්නවනේ මේ ಗುಣධර්ම පුරණයයි පුරලා අවදානයයි ඇති තේරෙනවා.
Hmm.
ಗುಣධර්ම පුරණයයි නෝනේ.
So then you can recognize how are the minds of people that are training in good qualities, and how are the things happening in people that have achieved the perfection of the good qualities?
දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් ඉවර වෙච්ච ඇත් ඉන්න ගුණධර්ම. ගුණධර්ම පුරන්න දෙයක් නෑ ගුණධර්ම වල ඵලය අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලෝ දෙගොල්ලක්නේ. ඉතින් අර ගුණධර්ම පොඩ්ඩක් ඉවර වෙච්ච එක්කෙනා ගැන තේරුම් ගන්න බෑ. අර ගුණධර්ම පුරන එක්කෙනා නම් තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් ගුණධර්ම පොඩ්ඩක් ඉවර වෙච්ච තේරුම් ගන්න බෑ වෙන එක.
කාටද?
සාමාන්‍යයට.
So I don't know if I understand correctly. So anyway, ඒ කියන සාමාන්‍ය අය රහතන් වහන්සේලාගේ හිත ගන්න බෑ.
ගන්න බෑ. දන්නේ නෑ මොකක්ද.
So the people that have not achieved the perfection or like completion of the good qualities cannot understand such a person. We like basically, if I say it in other words, normal people cannot understand the workings of Arahat's mind.
ඒගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න ඕන රහත්ද නැද්ද ඒක කොහොමද හිතන්න පුළුවන්.
We can think, oh, is that really Arahat or not?
රහත් උනත් කමන්නේ නැතත් උනත් කමන්නේ.
It actually doesn't matter whether that person is an Arahat or not.
ඒක කිසිම වැඩක් නෑ.
Because it's of no relevance.
අපි කියමු එහෙම රහත් වෙච්ච කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද?
Let's say there is an Arahat.
ඒ රහතන් වහන්සේ ගැන හොයාගන්න බෑ සාමාන්‍ය මිනිසාට.
Because even if one person is an Arahat, normal people have no ability or capability actually to recognize that such person is an Arahat actually.
ඒක මේ දහම ඉගෙන ගත්තයි කියලා නේද? හොයාගන්න බෑ.
ඒ කියන්නේ
දැන් අපි ත්‍රිපිටක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා හරියම.
ත්‍රිපිටක රෙමුණම තිබුණොත් ඒකත් බෑ.
ඒකත් බෑ.
Even if you have Lokam says, even if you have quite wide knowledge of Dhamma, like the textual Dhamma, still it's not enough to be able to recognize an Arahat.
එතකොට
බන්තේ කවුරුත් නෑ මම පස්සේ නෑ මට හිතෙනවා අර දැන් හැබැයි රහත් නැති වෙච්ච අය කියන්න පුළුවන්.
ඔව් දැන් මම මේ කියන්න දෙන්නේ දැන් මේ ඒ ගැන සාමාන්‍යයට රහතන් වහන්සේ ගැන හොයන්න බෑ දැනගන්න බෑ.
So anyway, so as was said before, normal people cannot recognize an Arahat.
ඔව් දැන් පුරණ එක්කෙනා ඉන්නේ භාවනා කරන එක්කෙනා ඒ එක්කෙනා දැනගන්න පුළුවන්
සාමාන්‍යයෙන්. But somebody that is still developing the good qualities, normal people cannot recognize that person. So then what is this about?
ඇතිතින් ප්‍රඥාවක් ඇති. දැන් හොඳට භාවනා කරන ඉන්නේ. සතියෙන් යුක්ත සම්පජාන්නේ එක ඉරියව්වක් අතරින් එක ඉරියව්වක් අතරින්නේ. මෙනෙහි කරන මේ ඒගොල්ලෝ මෙනෙහි කරගෙන යනවා. දිගට මෙනෙහි කරනවා. දැන් කෙනෙක් කතාවක් බාන්නේ නැහැ. තව කෙනෙක් ඇත් එක්කලා දැන් අපි කියමුකෝ මේ දුනීත භාවනා කරනවා. කතා බහ කරන්නේ නැහැ කයිවත්. ඕන්නේ කතා කරන්නේ. ඉතින් එහෙම දැන් දුනීතව ගැන හිතන්න බෑ. මම නිකන් උදාහරණයක් ඒ වගේ දැන්
හරි
භාවනා කරනවා. යා කිරේ මේ පුළුවන් මේ කට්ටියට
දැනගන්න මෙයා මොකක් හරි ගුණධර්ම
තියෙනවා. තියෙනවා. තව එකක් මේගොල්ලෝ
හැබැයි රහත්ද නැද්ද කියන්න
බෑ ඒක කියන්න බෑ. මේගොල්ලන්ට ඉපදෙන්න ඒවා අරයට ඉපදෙන්නේ නැති ඉතින් දානවා. මේගොල්ලන්ට ඉපදෙන්න කෙරෙත් තින්නේ. අර ඒව තමයි යටපත් කරගෙන ඉන්නේ කියලා දන්නවා. එනිට තේරෙනවද?
කවුද දන්නේ?
මේගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ. දැන් මම භාවනා කරනවා කියන්නේ
නෑ සුනීත අර සුනීත භාවනා කරනවා ඉපදිච්ච කෙලස් අර බලන්න ඇයිද?
ඔව් අරගොල්ලෝ බලන්න මිනිස්සු
ඔව්
ඒ කෙරෙත් ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඉපදෙන කෙරෙත්
ඔව්
මෙයාට නෑ කියලා දන්නවා.
හරි
ඉපදෙන්නේ
okay
යටපත්
so this is a illustration. Lokam says he doesn't know if it's really like that or not, but in this example, let's say whenever Sunita is this exemplary yogi, so noting everything and having without letting go any bodily position, like continuously noting and maintaining his attention, paying attention at all the time. He does not go to talk with others because there is no need for that. He is just keeping his practice going. But we cannot say if he is an arahat or not, but other people that are not training anything still can understand Sunita must be practicing some good qualities, and we have some defilements arising in us that are probably not arising in him because he is now in this like practice and development.
මට වෙච්ච එකක් කියන්න. මම ඔය අවුරුදු 17 විතර කාලේ භාවනා කරන්නේ.
So when I was about 17, I used to come here to do meditation.
මට දෙන්නේ බස් එකට හරියට ගාන දෙන්නේ. යන්න එන්න වැඩි සල්ලි දෙන්නේ අතට. ඒකට ඇඳුම් ටික මේ හඳින සුදු ඇඳුම් තියෙන ඒවා කීපයක් දීලා තියෙනවා.
So those days they gave me the exact amount that was needed to get the 2 bus tickets, one to get here and one to come back, and the bundle of white clothes that I will be needing here, and that was all I was given at home.
when I මොනවා කතා තියෙන්නේ කොහෙවත් යන්න. දැන් මට කොළඹ යන්න ඕනේ කියලා. එහෙම යන්න නෑ තාත්තේ.
So even if I wanted to go to Colombo, I didn't have money, so because what I had was only to get here and go back.
ගෙදර යන්න විතරමයි. දැන් භාවනා කරන මොකක් නැහැ. තදේට භාවනා කරනවා.
So I meditate. I didn't have anything else than these clothes and enough money to get here and back. And other than that, I didn't have anything, and I was here meditating, and that means like full time meditation.
ඔයදක මහත්තයෙක් කියනවා පතිරත්න කියලා. පතිරත්න.
So there was this elderly guy called Patiratna.
ඔයා ඉතින් භාවනා මැදට වේදනුත් කරන්න කියන්නේ.
So he was somebody who was selling things to the meditation center.
ඔය ඉතින් මම අහන මොකටද පුතා භාවනා කරන්නේ?
So he asked me, boy, why are you coming here to meditate?
ඉතින් මම නෑ ඔයා මොකටද භාවනා කරන්නේ?
Patiratna භාවනා කරනවා.
එයාදී භාවනා කරලා ඇවිදින්නේ.
So both of them, Lokamdu and this elderly guy, were going to take their bath. So this elderly guy, as a fellow meditator, asked Lokuhamudru, like teenager Lokuhamudru, boy, why are you meditating? And Lokuham says, like, Mister, why are you meditating? So then this elderly guy got angry. So then Lokamdu felt a kind of sheepish or like guilty because because of his answer, this person got angry. This is not possible to translate properly, okay? Because one problem was also Lokamdu was a kid and this guy was elderly guy, and Lokam said you, but same way you say you in a kind of same kind of level of person. You don't address elderly person like this definitively. And anyway, the answer was not very kind of polite. So because of this guy got angry. Oh. Oh.
මගේ නම මොකක්ද අර වයසක මහත්තයාට කිව්වේ ඔයා ළමයා කියලා මගේ නායක හඳුනන.
So anyway, so the chief monk also took his bath and Loko Hamdo helped him with washing some of the like smaller robes and bringing some water here and there. And anyways, the chief monk told them, after you finish the bathing and everything, come to see me. So when Loko Hamdo came, the chief monk asked him, boy, what did you tell this gentleman? So then Lokan says, he asked me, why are you meditating? And I told him, why are you meditating?
Oh,
so then the chief man just smiled. He said, oh, okay, go. So on a later on occasion, the chief monk just told me if like with senior people or like people that are senior to you or elderly people, just don't talk to them in that way. But so Lokam told him okay, and that was the end of the story. But that was just Lokam was, I think, trying to illustrate how people are getting in conflict with like the smallest stupid objects. Because actually Loko Hamdo did not want to be like cheeky or he was not angry. He just really just replied. So Loko Hamdo actually said this with, he was staying with Sati, so he just replied. So Loko Hamdo, what he meant by the why are you meditating was he was trying to stay with Sati as much as possible. So but if I understand correctly, what Loko Hamdo meant by that reply was, I am trying to meditate for the same reason as you, that means just being in Sati all the time. But he didn't mean it as a challenge or anything, just like he was trying to communicate to this elderly guy that he is trying to also stay in Sati all the time. So anyway, this guy then never talked with Loko Hamdo afterwards. So usually when I came here those days, I stayed 2-3 weeks continuously meditating, and then maybe went home for a bit or something. So anyway, by these 2-3 weeks, this Patiratna gentleman left the place. So later on I came again. And on this later occasion, Mr. Patiratna also came. It might have been some like meritorious occasion or something. So ඒක තමයි වැඩ. මෙයා තරහා ගියා හැබැයි Loko Hamdo වැඩි වෙලා. So Loko Hamdo prepared tea and offered him and became friendly with him. Because there was nobody to prepare tea, so Loko Hamdo prepared it.
මොන්දට කෝප්පි පීසි කෝප්පයක් දාලා පීසියකුත් තියලා හොදලා ලස්සන්ට ගෙනත් දුන්නා. ගෙනත් දීලා මම ගියා. මම ඉතින් දැන් මම ඒක තරහා නැහැ.
So look, because now where probably this guy came and I don't know how to describe. So he was staying around some place in the center, and the place where the tea was possible to, it was possible to make the tea was quite far away. So Lokamdu quickly went to the place where it was possible to prepare the tea, and put it nicely on a tray and like nice cup and everything, arrange everything nicely. Came back with the cup of tea and offered it in a very like super polite way, with like hands in Anjali and everything.
ඉතින් කෑම කන්න කඩේට යන්නේ. මෙතන හන්දි. ඉතින් මා ගිහලා එයාත් ගිහිල්ලා. ඉතින් කෑම කන්න එක ඊට පස්සේ මට ඉතින් මේ කෑම වලට සල්ලි දීලා දැන් එදා ඉඳන් මාත් එක්ක හරි යාළුයි. මට ඔක්කොම සංග්‍රහ කරනවා.
So then because they wanted to get some food or something, and that was not possible to get in the center, they went together to the near shop to get some food or something. So when they went together, they became kind of very friendly, and from that day on, this gentleman was very assisting and helping Loko Hamudu. And Lokamdu was helping him. So actually Lokamdu learned. After a long time, this gentleman, after many years where they were friends and everything, this gentleman told Lokuhamuduru that after the first incident, the chief monk a little bit later on asked the elder guy to come and told him, if you are here to meditate, that means staying in sati all the time, trying to do the noting and everything all the time. So you are actually not supposed to go asking people why are they here. So even this gentleman was explaining about the whole situation. Anyway, so this how kind of this whole situation had this happy ending. Never fair enough. So Loka says because he was not angry at all. He just wanted to tell this guy, I am also trying to be in sati, but said it in this kind of way that was not understood. Hari. Like Lokamdu's answer was meant to mean, what you came to do here, I am also doing. That was what Lokamdu meant, but it didn't get through. Anyway, so may you be protected by the people. Ara sabasa pondak deko honda.
Sabasa itu dia.
Ne ara kota sakti na wara hatar ne.
Megi.
Hatar or sabasa sutte tika podi vistareti na wara mahal tina. Oh, Patisevana or Adivasana Evati. Oh, Ekatika Vistartinava Sabasa was. So anyway, if you like to have a little bit more explanation about those 4 things, you should check second sutta in Majjhima Nikaya, the all-time sutta, which has a little bit more information about those things. So Lokamdu also says this is basically why Lokam talked about this. This is actually kind of way of living of Arahats, this sutta. May you give an